Y'all ready to roll? It's time for the remix. It's time to see that dude Parlay Madeos Lane in DEEZ GLP-1 STREETZ. Known by many as Paul on wheels. We making it do what it does. Letting people know how I feel. Let's roll. Yeah, we talking health, talking grind, breaking barriers clean. No excuses on the journey, we stay chasing the dream. Get your mind locked in, set your goals on repeat. We got ups, we got downs, but we still don't miss a beat. In GLP-1 STREETZ, we moving with pride. Hear the trends, hear the wins, got creators worldwide. We make it do what it does, never stopping to climb. Living better every day, one step at a time. Shout out RMZ, always keeping it real. It's Dairy on with the fire, got that GLP-1 feel. Did it the downside and diva, simply Taisha in the zone. Losing it grades, bring the truth, steady holding her own. Calamity Jane slide through, yeah, she bringing the flame. Perfectly Pamela moving strong, everybody know her name. Pammy in the mix too, yeah, we shout her out the same. Teddy D and Toby rolling steady on the rise. G's one running balls, baby, locked in on that lifestyle prize. Traces of Twaun, stay consistent every day. Cookie cheering everybody on in a special way. Mayor Mindy holding it down from the start. Purple bell flowers slid into them jeans, stayed apart. Melt of the beat, keeping the conscience tight. Bar health at any cost, queen of the streets. That's right, yeah. Chris conquering the scale, yeah, he taking control. Life is shy, glowing steady, body and soul. Reset with honey sub, keeping focus aligned. Grand on his GLP-1 journey review, dropping knowledge every time. Paula doing the thing, staying strong, staying locked in, pushing right along. Just do it, Brit. You got it, smart. Don't quit. It gets better bit by bit. Ain't me losing it steady, keeping a stride. Founding me in the mix with that person pride. Gen supporting the crew, showing love front row. Carnival muscle, bringing discipline to the flow. Keely Eddie from across the sea. Alonda pushing through, never quitting the seat. My man G with my rolling life on track. Sweet tea singing while she dropping that slack. Vanity keeping everybody on their toes. Welcome TT to the club, that's how it goes. This toy to review, teaching in the classroom, in the streets. Mia doing a thing with that grind on repeat. From the south, Kimmy J, now Renee 1C. Lakeisha on the journey, chasing victory. Those is a Shawnee, steady making play. And Jen in the comments, dropping knowledge every day. And if I missed anybody, just know I love y'all. We'll put you in a remix one day. We'll put you in a remix one day. Yeah. Harjardine, Felicia Murray B, and Joe's cross the sea. Yeah, this GLP-1 movement hits globally. We stay focused on the prize, on the light that we see. Welcome to DEEZ GLP-1 STREETZ.
Hello and welcome. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to DEEZ GLP-1 STREETZ. I am Paul Amadeus Lane, and we're going to be joined by our very special guest. But before we bring her on, how y'all doing today? Hope y'all doing fine. Thank y'all for tuning in. And if you don't mind, if you wouldn't mind sharing this to your feed so we can get as much people as possible here, because I'm telling you, my guest, y'all know who it is, has such an amazing journey, amazing story. She has helped many of us out here in these GLP-1 streets. Her smile can light up a room. She dances. You saw her at that New Edition concert. She was like, hey, hey. So we are looking so forward to welcome her on. Now, before we do, if you don't mind liking, subscribing, hit that notification bell if you're here for the first time. And enough about me. Let's bring on our very special guest. Y'all ready to see her? We talking about the woman herself, Traces of Twaun. Twaun, what's going on, dear? How you doing?
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Listen, I want to get up and start dancing, honey, out that song. I said, you better come on with it, Paul. Yes, bring the jam, bring the jam. I love it. I love it. I love that song. You got all the heavy hitters in there.
Twaun, you know, when I saw you doing your thing at the New Edition concert, I was like, Twaun be getting her groove on. She be having a lot of fun, and it's an honor to talk with you and just spend some time with you, find out more about your journey. Shout out to everybody in the in the comments section. Let me make sure I'm showing them so we can see them as well. Hi, everybody. Everybody saying hi. Twaun, see, Twaun, you made everybody come to the party. Look at you. I mean, I got to have you on every week.
Everybody came to the party. What? I can't really see how many people in there. Let me see.
Well, we got about 24 to start, but
okay, well, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, absolutely. When I had RMZ on last week, that brought the crowd too. So y'all make me look good. That's all I got to say. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Awesome.
So Twaun, let's get right into it. All right, you are one of the OGs in these GLP-1 streets. You, Barb Herrera. Who else has been in these streets for a while? I think Pammy has been over 2 years. And Twaun, you've been on GLP-1 about 3 years now, right?
3 years.
When you first heard about a GLP-1, were you like, what in the world is this I'm about to get into?
Well, when I first heard about it, it was one of my coworkers. I noticed that, she had lost some weight. And I asked her what she was doing, and she told me an injection. I say, injection? And I was like, oh, okay. And so as she was explaining it to me, honestly, I was listening to her, but I wasn't. Because I was like, I'm not interested in no injections. So, yeah, I just kind of put it in the back of my head and just kept doing my own thing, walking every morning, intermittent fasting. And then the more and more I looked at her, the more and more I was like, you know what? Let me ask this girl about this medicine again. So I kind of went round and round with it. She was looking so good. So I just had to keep asking questions and trying to psych myself into doing it, honestly.
So Twaun, how many pounds did your coworker lose?
I believe she lost about 80 pounds total.
So it was noticeable when you saw that. You was like, hey, this girl looking good right here.
Yeah, I think at that time she had lost about 50. Okay. Yeah, she was looking really good, really good. Uh-huh.
So when you inquired more about it, what kind of made you want to say, okay, I'm down, let's do this?
Well, the struggle was real with that intermittent fasting, and don't get me wrong, intermittent fasting, I definitely saw results, but it's not sustainable. It's not. The minute you stop, there you go again. So I was like, let me just try it and see if I can get on it. And of course, when I went to the doctor, she actually gave me her doctor's information. Okay. And so when I went to the doctor, it was like my heart just dropped because she's like, well, unfortunately, I can't give you Mounjaro. And I was like, all this psyching myself up to get it. 1 minute I'm like, I ain't doing it. The next minute I'm gonna do it. The next minute I ain't doing it. The next minute, no, I ain't doing it. And then finally I made up my mind, I'm gonna do it. You're gonna tell me you can't give it to me. My heart just dropped. She told me, however, I can give you Wegovy. She said, because your insurance company, I believe they pay 100% of it. And I was like, okay. So I felt better. And the good thing about it, Paul, she actually gave me my first box right then.
Oh, wow.
Office. Yeah, she had the pharmacy rep was there and gave her some free boxes to, as trial. So she gave me a free box and, she showed me, how to do it and everything right then in her office. And I was supposed to start that weekend, but I went home and decided I wanted to talk to the people on my channel because I was doing home decor at the time. Yeah. So I decided I want to talk to the people, let them know that, hey, I want to start losing weight. Y'all been seeing me exercise here, there, but now I want to use this, medication to help me. But my doctor told me to wait until Saturday to use it. And then all of a sudden I was like, I'm going to change clothes and do this injection right now with y'all. So that's how my journey began.
Twaun, I wish I'd have did what you did because my channel, when I created it, it was like me sharing interviews of ones that I've done. And I never had that talk with my, with my audience. I just went straight into, hi, I'm on a GLP-1 now. Everybody was like, I don't care about no GLP-1. So that kind of shocked them. I had to, these last 8 months, I had to kind of rebuild my audience. Cause and I think if I would have prep them for it, say, hey, I did this, but I'm getting ready to start this GLP-1. What do y'all think about it? So content creators out there, if you have a channel with a niche to it, do like Twaun did, ease your followers into your new thing. So they'll be like, oh yeah, don't do what I did. Because I'm still, yeah. I could be extra sometime, Twaun. So if I get a little extra, just tell me to shut up. All right. It's
okay. That's okay. It's okay. But you know what? They actually helped me with it, Paul, because I just shared on my last live when I was on here last week. One of my followers from the beginning, she was on here. And she popped up in my live, and I was telling them, hey, y'all, this the lady I'm always talking about. Because what happened was I was decorating my house one day in the video, and she commented, and she said, Twaun, you must be losing weight. And I said, yeah, how you know? She said, I could tell because you're not breathing as hard anymore. And I was like, oh, okay. And during that time, I was doing intermittent fasting. I was getting up in the morning, I was walking, doing intermittent fasting, and then my husband would go to the gym like 2 or 3 days a week. And I was like, yeah, I've been exercising. So she was like, interested in that. So I was like, okay, well, and when she commented, it was a few more people, saying stuff. So I was like, oh, so they interested in this workout stuff. So I started introducing them to it, what I was doing. And so it just was easy for me to talk to them about it once I actually started the GLP-1, because they already knew that I was walking and trying to, lose weight.
Nice. So you were a content creator before you started the GLP-1. What made you want to be a content creator in the first place?
My oldest daughter. So my oldest daughter, she has a channel. Her channel is called The Key Is Me. And when she graduated college, my daughter was, she graduated, she has her degree in health informatics and information management, a bachelor's. She graduated from Florida A&M University. And when she had her future all planned out, had a government job, all this stuff. And all of a sudden one day she told me, Mom, I'm quitting my job. And I was like, why? She said, I'm just going to do YouTube full time. And I was like, say what now? I'm like, I got this student loan I got to pay back and all this and that. And all this you work so hard to get, and you could have quit your job, a government job, And I went back and forth with her about that. And she said, Mom, I make more money in 5 hours a day on YouTube than I do that 2-week paycheck that I bring home from the government. I was like, say what now? And Paul, it still was, in my mind. I watched her, I would watch her videos. I saw, all the packages coming to the house and stuff. And she would be telling my husband, you need to quit your job, go on and retire so you can be my runner. She wanted him to be her runner, to go to the post office, to pick up the packages and all this kind of stuff. And me and Clark was like, this girl don't lost her mind. Who's going to quit their job to go be a runner? My husband worked for the state. He worked for the city. And he was like, who's going to quit their job to go be a runner? Our mind was different. Paul, we're at the age where people stay on their job 30 years and then they retire. Sure. But these young folks, 5 years and they out. Mm-hmm. So our mind was totally different. But then it took, Paul, for one day for her to show me in black and white. And when she showed me, I was blown. I said, say what now? I said, I need to create me a channel. What I need to do? So I was sitting here trying to think, well, what can I do? And she was like, well, cook, because she know I love to cook, and stuff like that. Because I would cook all the time. And during that time, I used to cook like for my pastor and his family, one Sunday every month. So I was like, okay, yeah, I can cook that and show that stuff. But then I was like, I don't want to be doing all that. So I said, I tell you what, since I'm going to get ready to build this house, I can start my channel showing me, my home purchase thing. So she's like, yeah, I'll help you with your channel. So she did. My daughter actually went with me and my husband, we signed the contract and all that stuff. So she actually recorded my very first probably 5 videos. She edited them and she did everything for me. But then all of a sudden she was like, Mom, you're going to have to start doing this on your own. So I had to learn the hard way. So that's how I got started, honestly. My daughter, when I saw her quit her job and how she was able to, I'm sitting around here working, clocking in, working every day, and this girl, every 2 or 3 months, she in another country somewhere and working. I was like, I gotta get me a channel too, because I want to live a life for Riley too. Mm-hmm. So that's what made me decide to start my YouTube channel, and I started really seeing what was going on out there in these days and times.
And Twan, I think our generation is like the generation in the middle, right? Where our parents' generation was like, you stay at that job, and you do that. And then our generation came like, well, maybe I can do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And then the generation after us, they're like, I'm just gonna do this. So, and I'm kind of glad that you no, I'm really glad that you did this, Twan, because think about it. If you never did that, we wouldn't hear, do you know what today is? It is Twan's injection. We wouldn't have that. We wouldn't have you talking about those solar bagels for breakfast, all these different things. And think about that. I want everybody who's on live with us right now, who's in the audience, think about if you never took that leap of faith, how this community right now would not be what it is. And Twan, when I do that, I get chills because I'm like, I would have missed out on all these great folks.
You're right, because I really built some really great relationships. Being a content creator, there's a few people that I kind of let into my personal space a little bit, and I would say some of my regret. Don't get me wrong. Let's just keep it real. I regret, but for the most part, I have really let some awesome people into my life, and I'm still slowly releasing a little bit, and I can honestly say that there's a lot of people I haven't even seen their face before, and I feel connected.
Yeah,
and
that's
I love
true.
it. I love it. It's like my second family, honestly.
Yeah, it is, and it's kind of giving people the glimpse of what the world could be like if you have these like-minded folks who really care about a certain thing. It shows that we come from all these different walks of life, but we cool, and it just shows what could be.
Mm-hmm.
Twan, when you look at when you started this journey, and no doubt you're probably like me, tried, I tried the intermittent fasting too. Did you try the keto, carnivore, low carb thing too, and the low fat thing like I did?
No, honestly, Paul, I've only done the Weight Watchers, which is really not a diet. It's not. You eat whatever you want to eat on Weight Watchers. You just that you're putting yourself in a caloric deficit. I did the Weight Watchers. Years ago, I caught myself going to this clinic. And when I saw the price of what they wanted me to pay them just for me to pick up some shakes for them and drink shakes for so many days, I said, I'll do my own thing. So I went and I brought all these shakes from Walmart. And I think by day 4, I was at work and I got the jitters and my mouth just got real watery, like I needed some salt. And I went to one of my friends. I said, give me some salt. I need some salt. She said, no, you need some sugar. You don't need no salt. You need some sugar. But they was already picking on me for just drinking shakes all day for 4 days. And I said, I'd never do that again. That's the only thing I ever done like a diet. All that cabbage soup, keto, carnivore, all that stuff, I just never did it.
I hear you. So I wish we had camera phones back then because you took a picture of you and that, you having that episode because you probably looking back like, don't do what I did. We're not gonna go this route. We're gonna do this other route right there. So when you started, if you don't mind, Twan, because I don't really feel comfortable asking people what their starting weight was or their age. So if you want to share that, Twan, how much were you when you started your GLP-1 journey?
I was 394.4 pounds. And I believe I shared my weight, Paul, with everybody on my 3rd or 4th video. I think that's when I finally shared my true starting weight. And my very first weigh-in that I shared and showed the scale, I believe I was 381 pounds. And I just recently did a video too showing that. Because I don't have pictures of any other the heavier weights. I think the heaviest weight I have is 381. That I actually have a picture of my feet on the scale. Because I was embarrassed. I was really embarrassed. And honestly, I probably was over 400 pounds when I first started. It's just that when I went to the doctor, it was 394.4. I shared it with this community before I even shared it with my own husband.
Wow.
I would never tell a class on my way he would guess, and I would tell him he hot or he cold. I would never tell him. And then finally that day, I was sitting down doing my review, and the Holy Spirit said, Twaun, you got to be transparent.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be honest and tell the people. Because it's not helping them, it's helping you.
Yeah.
The minute you accept that this is what you are, that's when you're going to do great. And from that moment, I just been sharing everything. People say, I hear people all the time, when they do their videos and stuff, and they say, "Oh, I ain't getting on here doing that. I ain't getting on here showing this and showing that." Yeah, I get on here and I show this big old belly. Guess what? I love showing my big old belly because guess what? It was 2 times the size it was before I started losing weight. So I'm proud of my big old belly the way it is right now. And I'm embracing it. I'm loving it because one day it's gonna be gone. So I'm embracing it as it's shrinking. But I'm showing it because people like to see realness. People don't want to see covered up. They want to see the real. You can't be. I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of great content creators on YouTube, and there's a lot of creators that's here in our community. And I try to support people who support me.
Absolutely.
But there's only a handful of them that I really learn from. I'm gonna be honest with you. And those are the ones that's giving real, raw transparency. Because at the end of the day, you can get on here and you can tell people whatever. But if I can't see it, I ain't believing it. You got to show me. I want to see it. Don't tell me you losing 2 pounds this week and 4 pounds next week. I want to see it. So that's one reason why I get on the scale. My husband used to tease me. Why you got your foot, your picture, your foot on that scale and your toes ain't polished? I say, listen, people come here to lose weight. They ain't coming to look at no pretty toes. If they coming for the wrong reason. What my mind was, at that time. But honestly, so that's why I try to be transparent and show people, because this is a weight loss channel. Who wants to see somebody every time they get on their video, they cute. They just sitting there cute, makeup on and all that. And all I see you is from here on up. No, I want to see your whole body. I want to see your transformation. I want to see what's really working for you. I want to see what you eat. And you can tell us anything. And Dr. Jen, she's in this chat. I saw a comment. I got a love for her. Let me tell you why. Because she challenged me so bad. At one point, I didn't think she liked me because she would challenge me all the time. But it was good that she was challenging me like that because she was holding me accountable with certain things. And I remember one time it was me and a few other ladies. We got together. We had met for the first time, a couple of us, and we went out to eat to this restaurant in Tampa. And we posted our little cute little pictures of our little plates and stuff. And there go Jen on the post. Show me them plates after y'all don't finish eating. She was like, I want to see how y'all throw that food up. And I laughed so hard. And one of the ladies kind of got offended by it. And I was like, listen, trust me, she ain't meaning nothing by that. I say, but why not? We call ourselves content creators. We tell the people how the medicine working for us and how we being in caloric deficit and this and that. Let's show the people what we ate. Show it.
It's why I got a love for Jen too, because Jen just recently started commenting on my stuff, and when she did, I was like, I'm accepted into Jen's tribe now, because Jen I think she's selective. She want to see if you're real, if you're in this for the long haul. And when Jen started commenting on my stuff, I felt included. I was in the club now, and Jen is amazing. She holds a lot of people accountable, and that's one thing I want to talk about. Let's get a little messy in these streets. So y'all in the chat, we'll get to y'all in a minute. If y'all have any questions, hit some triple Qs up there. I don't have a moderator yet. I'm not that big time yet. So if one day I'll have a moderator, they could help me out, Twaun. But if y'all can do us a favor, if y'all wouldn't mind, because we want to get as many people in this chat as possible, because Twaun has an amazing story. If y'all can share out the stream right now, because we're going to get down and dirty in these GLP-1 streets. We're going to have some real talk here, because I think in our community, we needed some disruptors in our community. And Twaun, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was a lot of just rainbows and unicorns, but that ain't real life. I think we have to have some disruptions, some real down home talk, because some people are really trying to figure this out. And sometimes if we don't hit them with the realness, I don't think they're gonna get it. So, Twaun, one thing I appreciate about you is that you will keep it a buck. You'll keep it 100 when people, when discussing certain things. You talk about how you track, but on Sunday, you don't track. That's real life. That's real talk. When I first got into these streets, I had kind of like a Sith Lord mentality, and RMZ knows about this because he's into sci-fi like me. And Twaun, I'm not sure if you're into sci-fi, Star Wars or anything, but Sith Lords. That's Darth Vader, Palpatine, and one of the famous lines in Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith was Obi-Wan says to Anakin before he turned to Darth Vader. He said, "Only a Sith believes in absolutes." I was a Sith when it came to GLP-1s. I felt I had to be absolute about everything. Couldn't have this, couldn't have that. I mean, I was like a GLP-1 Gestapo. But it wasn't until I met you, met others out there who were successful, who taught me I can have some balance in this. I could be a Jedi and not a Sith Lord. So, Twaun, talk about how important it is to have that balance when you're on this journey, not being too strict and not being too lax, and how that can really foster some success out there.
Well, Paul, it goes all the way back to my childhood, which is one of the reasons why I went ahead and finally created the channel Tommy's Girl Fit Life. My father was a professional bodybuilder. My father was a personal trainer. My father also was an owner. He was his own boss. He didn't work for anybody. He had his own business. So I watched my father and how he would do certain things. My mom was a heavyset woman. Okay. My mom was a tremendous cook. She was known for cooking. During the holidays, she was always cooking peach cobblers for people, dressing, cornbread dressing, that type of thing. My mom was always cooking for people, barbecuing, everything you think of, my mama could do. That woman was a great cook. She was known for cooking. All of our friends would go to my mom's house and cook. My mom was an excellent cook. But however, my father, it was like Monday through Saturday, he was on this strict regimen. I remember he would get up in the morning. No lie, my dad would eat a dozen of eggs. That's one reason why he had high cholesterol too, and what led to the stroke that he eventually ended up having. All those eggs. My dad would eat like a dozen of eggs in the morning. And then I remember he would come home for lunch and he would eat baked chicken and tuna. And then for dinner, same thing. He'll have tuna or baked chicken. It was his, and broccoli and stuff. That was his strict regimen. And he would always have Crystal Light. That's why now it doesn't bother me to drink Crystal Light and to drink skim milk, because that's the type of milk my father drank, skim milk and stuff. But then on Sundays, when my mama would throw down with that soul food, baby, Daddy would eat. And Daddy would eat his butter pecan ice cream and his apple pies and, that type of stuff. And then when the holidays, he was eating all of that stuff, what my mama would cook, the peach cobblers and all that. So I kind of got that from him, how he would do. I started really thinking about how my daddy did. It was like he was on this strict, this is what I'm doing. Then, when it comes to the weekend thing, he ate and went right back to his regimen. So I kind of picked that up. And it's so funny because me and my brother, we often have the conversation and talk about stuff. I remember we were children and my dad would go buy us Whoppers from Burger King. And today I'm like, Whopper's the worst hamburger to eat. It's what, 900 calories or something? But my daddy used to eat Whoppers. And he was a bodybuilder. And he would buy us Whoppers like we really gonna eat a big old Whopper. But he used to buy it for us because I don't know, it was a thing with him at Burger King. He would go to Burger King and buy those things. But yet he stayed consistent with his regimen. So I was like, I can lose weight and be healthy and just take one day to just relax. And I don't call it a cheat day. People call it a cheat day. No, there's no cheat day. It's just my day that I'm just doing me. And that also kept me to make it feel as if I wasn't on a diet. You
Yeah.
know, that's that one day I'm just doing me. Because I feel like if I'm being strict with staying in caloric deficit, getting all my steps in, working out, doing my cardio and doing everything I need to do, even if it's just Monday through Friday, because a lot of times I didn't track on Saturdays either. Saturdays is like a hit or miss thing when I track, even still to this day. I feel like as long as I'm doing consistent, then if I do end up eating 200 or 300 calories more on a Sunday, well, it's fine because I'm not even tapping into the calories that I'm burning from my exercise. And so that was my train of thought.
Nah, and I'm glad you shared that, Twan, because you got the receipts. You lost over 100 and correct me if I'm wrong, over 130 pounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got the.
138.
I know you said give me my 8, right? Give me my 8, 138. I mean, you got the receipts, Twan. So, and you brought up Whoppers back in my heyday because I wasn't always in a wheelchair. I was up and around. Can you imagine me 6'6", being as fine as I am, Twan, walking around? I was a mess out there. I was just y'all wouldn't like if y'all had met me back then. But it was when I would go to Burger King back in the days. I wouldn't just get a Whopper, Twan. I would get a double Whopper, throw some bacon on there. So my caloric intake was probably around 1,700 calories just with the Whopper, and then you throw in that big soda in there. I mean, I was eating like throwing the fries, 2,500 calories in one meal, and that's what I was kind of used to. And then when I got injured in this chair, I started eating like that too, Twan, knowing good and well I can't get up and walk. I'm eating like a double Whopper. I'm getting one of them with those meals at Jack in the Box. Those I forget what they call them, but they only sell them like at 10 o'clock at night, 5 o'clock in the morning. And I'm eating that and going to bed. And I'm like, what in the world am I doing?
What you
But
thinking? Yeah.
yeah, it was those things that how I was programmed and everything. And Twan, that's one thing I noticed being on these GLP-1s and being in these streets is that the medication helps us to stop and think before we indulge because we know if we eat too many calories, we ain't gonna have no success. And talk about the one thing that you've learned on this journey that has really kind of helped you to stay consistent. Because in the song, Traces of Twaun, consistent every day. So what are some of the things that you've learned that helped you to be on that road?
What are some of the things I learned to help me be consistent? Well, let's just say one of the reasons I stayed consistent was because of me losing the weight, loving the way I was feeling, loving the way I look, and seeing the future. That's what makes me consistent. Seeing the future. Because I'm like, hey, if I'm able to do all this now, what it's going to be like when I do get to Wonderland. And let me tell you something. I'm going to go ahead and say this. I wasn't going to say, no, I was just going to do the video and surprise everybody.
Hold on, breaking news with Twaun. I love it. Let's do it.
But I was on a live the other day with Doses of Shani. Shout out to Doses of Shani, y'all. If y'all don't follow my sister, go follow her now.
Yeah, Shani's the bomb. I love Shani.
Hit Wonderland. And she said that when she got to Wonderland, she was going to go do a cartwheel. And she got to Wonderland and decided not to do the cartwheel. And she was talking about her knees and this, that, and the other. And I said, you know what? That doubt sure will sneak up on us. Because I was the same way. The doubt would sneak up on me bad. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to shock Shani. I'm going to go do a cartwheel. And when I do my cartwheel, I'm going to send her the video.
I love that.
I'm telling you, it came to my mind, and I was gonna go do the cartwheel Sunday, but it was kind of wet because it had been raining. I said, no, I can't go out. I don't want to get all wet from the rain. Yeah, but that's how I'm gonna go do my cartwheel video and send it to her. Let her know, don't let that knee and that weight hinder you, because sometimes we feel that although we losing the weight, sometimes we feel that we still in that old body that we can't do stuff. I find myself doing it all the time. This morning when I went live, Paul, the coach on Peloton was telling us to do the plank. She said either you can do it on your knee. So I put my little knee pads down and I got on my knees at first. Then I said, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and do this high plank. And I did it. And I'm saying it out loud so the people on my live can hear me. And so I just started doing the high plank. Because sometimes, I think, I'm too heavy to be doing all this stuff these little small people doing. Sometimes our mind, play tricks on us, but we got to start pushing beyond that, and start challenging ourselves. Because the more we challenge ourselves and we see that we can do the things, to me, it gives me hope, and it makes me just want to even go harder, like, yeah, I got this, I can do this. I'm unstoppable, baby.
I love that, Twaun. And this morning, I had a Mary J. Blige moment. What's the song? Fine, fine. She said, I like the way I look at myself when I pass the mirror. So I went past the mirror today. I was like, look at me. I'm starting to like the way I look, and that's huge, because when I say many years, I would avoid mirrors. I want to talk about at least 2 decades. And now when I walk past a mirror, I'm like, okay. I'm starting to see a change here. And it was funny. A couple of lives ago, I did my shot-iversary one. And a lot of people didn't notice how big I was. So I shared a video of me during COVID. And Felicia Marie B, who I love, got some love for her too. She was like, Paul, you were thick. And she was like, your voice even was different. So I was close to about 400 pounds then too. And when I looked at that picture, I was like, wow, that was me. And when I look at myself now, I'm like, okay. And then I started thinking like you did, the future, like 1 year from today, if I still stay consistent, if I still, so Twaun, you got to keep me accountable. I am giving you that permission to do that. If you see me tripping, hold me accountable. I want to see what I look like in a year. If I can get into Wonderland, because I promised RMZ when he and I first became acquainted, I said, I'm going to be in Wonderland like you. Because, RMZ is smooth. So he did a little video, and it was a song about October London. What's the name of that song? All I Want Is You. And he was like, cool. He's like, in Wonderland. So I hit him up on his video. I said, man, I want to get in Wonderland too. He said, I got a spot for you. So we have a running joke, a Wonderland joke. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I don't know why I'm babbling right now, Twaun, but you definitely made me think about that when you were talking about thinking about the future. And I think that's something we have to do, because if we think about what if, that will help us when we want to trip. That makes sense.
Let me tell you, I'm glad you mentioned. I see Doses of Shani on here. I didn't know she was on here. I'm talking about her. Listen, Shani, your knee probably was hurting you. I'm not trying to dismiss that at all, because I know how it is to have a knee pain, because I used to suffer with that. So you good. I'm not calling you out. I'm not saying you a liar or whatever, but you owe us that cartwheel one day, sis. One day you gonna owe us that. Don't blame me. Don't blame me. Don't do it then. Don't do it. I'm gonna do it for you. I'm gonna do it for you, sis. I got you. I'm gonna do it for you. But let me say this. You mentioned RMZ. And it's funny because I'm gonna say 2 things about him. We were talking about Charles last night, me and my husband, because my husband was watching something and Charles Barkley was up there on a panel or something, and so I started talking about RMZ. So that's how he got his channel, like Round Mound, Zeltbound, like Charles Barkley and stuff. And my husband was saying, "Look at Charles, what he have on," because I was like, "Yeah, that suit is kind of big on him, right?" My husband was like, yeah, he said, even if he fastened that shirt around his neck, you can tell it's still going to be too big on him. He's lost a lot of weight and he looks good, So we were talking, and about the whole weight loss thing and everything. And I was telling him, I said, yeah, Ram Allen's up there, he does kind of favor Charles. And I said, I think he played basketball too. I know he played football or something, sports and stuff like that. So we got on the subject about Charles. And so when I mentioned there's only a handful of content creators I actually look at and I learn from, Charles is one of the ones. When I was on Wegovy and I was struggling, my doctor was fighting with me because she wanted me to get on Zepbound. Charles said he's still holding that spot. Come on over. And I did not want to get on Zepbound. I didn't want to switch for several reasons, right? I said, no, I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm a fighter. So I was fighting my way through it. I was trying to figure out, how to do certain things and what to do so I could continue to lose the weight. And I was watching one of Charles' videos, and he was going on and on about his journey and stuff. And he was saying how on days where he know it's hard for him, how, he go all in, he give it all he got, he really push hard, And I was like, okay, yeah, I got you, Charles. That's what I got to do. I got to go all in. These are days I really got to, how did he say it? Like you got to overwork, that you got to really push yourself. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do the same thing too. He said, you got to go hard. That's what it was. Charles said, you got to go hard. I said, you're right, Charles. I got to go hard. It's like he was talking to me personally, and I took that as if he was talking to me. So that's what I started doing. I started going hard. And he didn't say this, but that's where I get the idea, you guys, from when I started doing come pack my bags with me. After watching Charles' video, I strategically stopped there and planned how I was going to go hard. So I went hard with my workouts, and I went hard as far as in the mindset of these are the days that I am going to pack my lunch and take my lunch with me. I pack my breakfast, my lunch, and my snack. That way I don't have no excuse to go run to Wendy's, run to Chick-fil-A, run to McDonald's or Subway or anywhere on my break. I can't, there's no reason for me to go run downstairs to the vending machine because I already packed my bag. I got to go hard because I know that Mondays and Tuesdays, that's the 6th and the 7th day of my medication because I do my injection on Wednesday. Those are the 2 days I have to fight to not overeat. And so the whole time I was like, yeah, like Charles said, I got to go hard. So that was my mindset. And so that's why I started doing my pack my bags with me, and why I went hard. I increased my steps and everything, like on Mondays and Tuesdays. My step goal was like 12,000 a day. I would do like 15,000 on Mondays and Tuesdays. I really went hard. And I noticed that things start to really change for me. It really did, and it's not the first time Charles have heard this. I went to his channel and told him in the comments, I really, really took that, so that's why I said to you guys that there's so many content creators on here that have a lot that they can really, really share. They really do. And I went, I didn't know Charles' email address, so I went and found him on TikTok. I was like, listen, I need you to do longer videos.
Yep.
I was like, you need to do longer videos, but he's gonna be on there with a little 3-5-minute video. I'm like, man, you got a lot to share. I need more.
Yeah, he does. And Twaun, that's why we call him the GOAT. Because he has been responsible for like me doing my thing. A lot of others out there. And speaking of RMZ, we're gonna give him some props right quick. He just dropped a video today that is worthy of imitation. This is the video he dropped. It was about once coming off of off the drug and how it does that. So you guys check out. It's the one with the red thumbnail. Check this one out right here. RMZ released it. It's right here. This red one. Y'all check this one out because he put it down. And like Twaun said, he had some nuggets in there. He had some gems. Check that out. I mean, RMZ's latest video is truly amazing. Twaun, that's how you and I met. Through RMZ. I remember RMZ did the interview with me 6 months ago. and you commented on my video. I was like, hey, Twaun commented on my video. This is
Yeah.
cool. And then I remember I was on my anniversary, and that's when Rainy Days first gave me my shot. And y'all should have heard the conversation we had before we went live. It was Claxton was here, Rainy Days was here. We had a great discussion. I wish we would have had the cameras rolling right there because it was some good discussions, Twaun. But I remember I hit you up like right away because you were talking about the Solar Bakery, Solo Bagels. Where I was staying at, there was a Walmart, so I went on my app, ordered me all those bagels, and I hit you up and said, Twaun, I had the bagels and they were so good. So, I really appreciate it because we get a lot of nuggets from you, Twaun, and you've taught us how to really make this a lifestyle change. I remember back in September, I was going away for my first business trip and I was scared. I don't know if you saw that video, but I put a plea out to the OGs and I was like, this is my first time away from my controlled environment. I'm scared. I don't want to mess up. Y'all got any tips for me? I know RMZ came to my defense, a couple of others. And that's why the knowledge that you all have, the OGs, are so beneficial for us. So we really, really appreciate that. Twaun, let's get a little messy in these streets now. All right.
But let me say this before you get messy.
All right.
Honestly, a lot of the tips and stuff that I share, it's my son raised. Like Solar Bagel, Darium. It's Darium. He was the one who introduced me to Solar Bagel.
Hold up. Wait a minute. KD, King Darium? What?
King Darium was the one who told me about the Solar Bagels and Solar Bread. And I went on a hunt to find them. So a lot of the things that I share is because my son raised, they share it with me. That's why I'm one of those content creators. I'm always asking. I never want to come in my videos and make people feel like I'm the queen and I know it all. No, I want your input. I want to know what you out there doing too. Because it's just like when you go to church and the pastor preaching. Mm-hmm. Or when you go to a buffet. Let me just put it like that since we like to eat. We talk about food. When you go to a buffet or a smorgasbord, they got all this food, right? And you up there with your little plate. And you looking at everything that they got out there. But your plate only so big. So there's only so much you can put on there. And there's only so many things that look good that you want to sample. And you put on your plate. That's how I am when I sit in my chair and I do my videos. And especially when I'm on my live and I'm talking to people. I'm taking in everything. I'm taking it all in. But I'm only going to use what I think is right for me to use.
Absolutely.
And when I do, I share it. And let people know, and I give people their props. Hey, thank you. I appreciate you for sharing this with me because I like this. And then I share it with other people so they can start using it as well. Yeah, I don't try to get on here and pretend like I know everything because, sometimes you can change things up a little bit by using things that you learn from other people. And it helps you become successful. So
I appreciate it because Twaun, you've done that even to me. He's like, hey Paul, I gave you a shout out on my last video. I was like, oh, Twaun gave me a shout out. And Darium is like, he's like the Kevin Bacon of these GLP-1 streets, and Kevin Bacon's like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. You can trace every actor to Kevin Bacon, 6 degrees. You can do that with Darium in these GLP-1 streets because Darium knows everybody. When was your first contact with Darium?
We've been trying to figure that out. He was telling me that he saw a video that my husband was making or putting something together for me. And he said he commented on that video. And that's how I guess he found me. And I've been trying to figure out, he said he's going to send a video to me so I can see it. But all I know, I kept seeing this man comment on my videos and he kept saying, tell your husband what's up. And I thought he was somebody who knew Clayson. So I showed Clayson the phone. I said, hey, this man keeps saying, you sure you don't know him? And Clayson was like, make it bigger so I can see. I was like, no, I don't know him. But my husband from Georgia, so all the time, like even on Facebook, everybody from Georgia wants to be my friend, on Facebook. And they always tell your husband, tell your husband, tell your husband. And I'd be like, hey, this person say this and that person say that. Because Clayson on social media and stuff too, but he don't really respond to people. He just look and like and keep moving. He don't really do all the comments and stuff. So people always, even his family, every time his family They always call me because he don't answer his phone. Phone be in the room and he in here somewhere, you know. So he just like that. He'll go to the store, leave his phone on. So everybody always reaching out to me for him. So I just thought Darren was one of the classmates or somebody, you know. And he was like, no, I don't know. He keeps saying, tell your husband what's up. You know, he watching my videos, but he keeps talking about, tell your husband what's up. You know, so I don't know. I don't think the video was a weight loss video. I think it was something when I was doing something to my patio. I think that's the first encounter I had. And I think when my husband was putting together some chairs, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, so yeah, that was my first interaction with Darren.
Yeah, I know mine was when I think my first month, and it was Simply Taisha's Live, and because I didn't know when they prescribed this for me, Twaun, I didn't know what to do with it, how to eat, and anything. So I went to the University of YouTube, right? So first person I came across was Taisha, then RMZ, and then I didn't learn about your channel until you commented on mine. You know, YouTube's algorithm be keeping us down. You know, that's why I think the more we talk about each other's content, get that going, that this algorithm can wake up. Because you have some incredible content, and the algorithm didn't even show me yours when I was searching. And I was in her live, and then I was like, hey, you know, this is my first time on Zepbound. I'm a quadriplegic. I'm this, I'm that. And Darren was like, hey, man, welcome to the club. And he was like, I said, my weigh-in is next week. I'm nervous about it because I can't weigh myself. Twaun, you know the story too. I didn't get my wheelchair scale until a few months back. And Darren was so encouraging. He's like, dude, it's going to be all right. You know, you're going to drop some weight. So I dipped back into the live after I did my weigh-in. Darren hit me up in the live. He was like, hey, how did it go? I was like, he remembered, you know, I was weighing myself. And that really impacted me. I was like, this is a good dude right here. And I see Darren try to help others out there too, like on different channels. Darren will give a comment, and some people like be trying to shade him. I'm like, no, this is the king right here. This is King Darren. You don't shade him. You listen to what he say, because he got some knowledge in these streets right here. And Darren is one of those guys, like RMZ, has helped us out as men, you know, to really just be conscious of our health, conscious of things that we're going through, so that we can make better choices. So I like to ask everybody the Darren question when they meet Darren. Ready to get messy now? Let's get messy in these streets.
All right, let's get messy.
Right. Before I do, Twaun, thank you. Twaun gave a suggestion to Rainy Days to join me on my live, and I knew she wasn't going to tell Twaun no, so she's going to be joining me on my live. Twaun seen her weight loss transformation too. Twaun was like, "You don't look like you did on that one," so she's been coming down too. So she and I going to do a live together, and hopefully we can get Claxon on too. We can do a couples live, have some fun, and talk about life. All right, let's get messy now. I wish Mayor Mindy was in here, because she's the mayor. I was going to ask her what is the state of these streets, but I'm going to ask you, Twaun, how are we doing as a community? Are we being good stewards of the opportunity that has been given to us to change our lives to be healthier? How are we doing as a community when it comes to that?
When you say we, are you talking about content creators or?
Yeah, content creators. Yeah, content. You know, ones who have channels and have a presence. You know, how are we doing? Are we taking this responsibility we have seriously?
No. No to a lot of us. And I'm glad you asked that, because honestly, Paul, when I go to other people's channels, I'll comment, but I try not to give them my all. Because people, a lot of people are easy to get offended. And I'm the type person, Paul, I am not a negative person, but I'm very straightforward and I'm an honest person. And everybody can't take the truth. Everybody don't want the truth of somebody else. They don't want constructive criticism. People don't understand what constructive criticism is, you know. And I'm gonna tell you something, and that's one of the reasons why I love me some Mayor Mindy. I love me some Dr. Jen L. And I love me some It's Darren. because they gonna give it to Twaun. And what I like about them, they'll email me. Now they got my phone number so they can text me. All that kind of stuff, whatever. And I like people like that because that's how you grow. When people be honest with you and give it to you. But you can't be like that with a lot of content creators. I've had some content creators I tried to, give them my honest opinion about stuff, and they took it like, I was being mean. Well, I'm only telling you what the people ain't gonna tell you. I'm telling you what the people ain't gonna tell you. So my thing is this: I just had a conversation with a new inspired content creator, and I gave him a little bit of advice about some things. And I just told him, hey, if you're gonna tell the people you're gonna lie, and you got a certain date and a certain time, you need to be there.
Yeah.
And be on time. Paul, you invited me to your channel. I logged in 45 minutes earlier than the live tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because I'm doing you, right?
Yep.
A favor to be here for you. Who am I to go tell you yes, and then I'm going to show up to your thing 5 minutes late or 5 minutes before it starts? You never know. Something may go wrong. Something we may have to fix or work out. So that's why I actually logged into it. I logged into it, and then I got up. After I was in, I made sure everything was working good. I turned my mic off and the camera off, and I got up and went in there and slipped my little edges down and all that kind of stuff. A little cute. Then I came back, and I was sitting here doing some stuff on my channel, and you just popped in, Twaun, and it kind of scared me because I didn't know you was going to even know I was here that early. So that's how we were able to have that 30-minute conversation before we actually got started because, I want to be on time. And that's one thing about us as content creators. If you're going to be serious about this, your community is looking for you. You can't tell the people you're going to go live a certain day at a certain time, and then you just show up when you want to show up. That's not how it works. Because time is everything. You don't waste people's time. You don't know what people have to do, and they put stuff to the side so they can be there for you. Try to learn from you. So that's one thing I think that we need to do better. We really need to take this serious. If we're going to be content creators, be a content creator. Be on time. Do the right thing. If you're not going to go live, send the people a post and say, hey, I'm not going to, be live tonight, for whatever reason. That type of thing. And again, if you're on here and you're sharing with people your experience of being on a GLP-1 medication, be honest in everything that you're going to do. Just be honest because people want to know. They really want to know. Don't come on here and tell people, oh, I'm losing weight. And then the minute you're not losing weight, you go run and hide to tell. No, keep on coming. Don't stop. Come on. Mm-hmm. Keep on coming back and let the people know, hey, it's not working. And I overate. I was on vacation. I wasn't worried about tracking. I've done it. I've told them that because it's real life. It's life. You're going to have those moments. And that's what we're not doing. I would say here in this community, when things are not working right for us, we go run and hide. But people want to hear that because there's more people out there that's going through the same thing you're going through. They had a bad week at work, or they got some things going on in their house that's not right. And it's causing them more stress that week. And this is what they're doing. Tell the people you went through that. And now I shook myself out of it. I'm not in that anymore. And I'm doing better. They want to know, what did you do to regroup? How did you get out of that? That's the reason why I just shared everybody. When I came back off vacation, I was up 9 pounds. But by the time I showed them on the scale, I showed them my transition of losing like 7.5 pounds. Because I wasn't thinking to take the picture when I was up 9, but I took the picture when it got down to the 7. And I showed like 3 different dates within that week of that scale dropping to show the people it's going to happen. When you go on vacation, you eating all this food, all this sodium and different things, you're not cooking. It's going to happen. But show them what to do, how you regroup, how you get it off here. That's what we got to do as content creators. Don't go run and hide and then come back, oh, child, I'm down 5 pounds. No, where were you at when you was up 5 and 10 and 6 and 7? That's what people want to know.
I love that.
That's what we're not doing here in this community.
I love that, Twaun. I tell people, I say, you want it no OJ, no straw, or you want it with some OJ and some grenadine? Because I'm gonna give it OJ, no straw. I'm gonna get it straight. So that's just how I am because there is so much at stake here. Our lives are at stake. People this may be one person's final opportunity. It was for me. And that's why I was like, I ain't playing games with this. This is my one shot to do it right. And I wanted to give my best. I kind of rattled the cage, and Dr. Jen knows about this, Bellflower and some of the others too. I put out a video about sabotage or slow and steady, and I rattled the cage. I mean, I'm in media, you know. I wanted to rattle the cage because, you know, I think we need to have that honest conversation. You know, is it really slow and steady, or are we sabotaging ourselves? RMZ's video today talks about when a person comes off this medication, how they gain their weight back. So if we are not putting in this work to make these changes and these medications get taken away from us, mine was almost taken away from me, and I was scarred. I was like, what am I going to do? Even though I bought some compound, but that was just an uneasy situation because I wasn't finished yet, Twaun. I still had a lot of work to do. So that's why I'm so passionate about stuff, because we're trying to save people's lives here. And true, some people may not want to be saved, but you know what, Twaun, you're a Bible reader like me. What did the Apostle Paul said? He said, I am clean from all the blood of man, right? Paul preached. If people wanted to listen, that was up to them, but he preached and did his responsibility. And that's me. Whether you listen to me or not, whether you fail or whether you succeed, my hands are clear. My conscience is clear because I know as a God-fearing man that I did my best to love my neighbor as myself, and you do with it, take it away as you may. I did my part. You do the rest now. So that's why I'm really passionate about it, Twaun.
Right. But you know something you kind of said earlier too, Paul. I think one of the reasons why people don't succeed on this journey is because they go into it with the mindset of, I'm on this medicine, I can't eat a donut, I can't eat a piece of cake, everything has to be, you know, fat free and, you know, this, that, and the other. And then all of a sudden, that binge moment hit them. And they start binging, you know, and that type of thing. So I feel that if you allow yourself to be on a realistic journey, where every now and then you're going to have a little bit of this, or you're going to treat yourself or whatever, then it's more balanced. And you don't have those moments where you want to splurge or overly indulge, you know, that type of thing. And so with that being said, I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of the content creators won't show people what they eat. Because they don't want people to know the truth. They don't want people to really see what they're eating. I have been criticized so much on this journey, Paul, by people about what I eat. You eat too much. I could never eat that much food. I mean, look, I can't see their face, of course, but this is me making a face expression. But people used to go at me hard, Paul, about what I used to eat. You eat too much, and you shouldn't eat this, and you shouldn't eat that. But I had this one lady that humbled herself, and she came back to my channel like months later, and she apologized to me. She said, you know what? I was wrong about you. I told you ain't no way in the world I could eat all that food you eat, and this, that, and the other. She said, but you proved me wrong because you still losing weight. I don't got to 100 pounds at that time. And she was like, I was wrong, and apologized. And I was like, wow, thank you. I appreciate that. And I keep talking about this later. I know my son is going to hear me probably tell this story so many times. But I really appreciate her that she humbled herself, because a lot of people won't do that. They'll talk about you like a dog and keep on moving. One of the content creators, not content creator, one of the ladies who's on here now, she got into a heated argument with somebody in my comments a couple of days ago, and it lingered on for almost a whole week. So another one of my followers got involved in it. So she started texting me because she thought my comment was about her. This lady going off on me because she's a personal trainer, and she's telling me there's no way in the world that I'm 256 pounds and wearing the size that I say I'll wear. She was like, there's no way. She said, people who I train that weigh a size 14, these people are 170 pounds, not 256 like you. And so one of my followers was like, Twaun has a reason, like she showed us proof. And she showed us her sizes, you know. So it's like they've been going at it and arguing for the longest, for over a week now, about my size. I'm like telling her, calm down. You don't have to argue with this lady. Who is she to tell me what size I weigh?
Mhm.
That's why I show people. I show them the tags when I have the clothes on so they can see it. I have no reason to lie or hide anything. Because by me being transparent and honest, I'm showing other people that, hey, the same way this happened for me, it can happen for you.
Yeah. I love that, Twaun. And if you have any questions for Twaun, please hit it with the triple Qs. I'm not gonna keep Twaun too late because she's on the East Coast. I'm in the West Coast. It's barely 6 o'clock, me and RMZ's time, so we barely getting the party started. So if you have any questions for Twaun, hit it with some triple Qs, please. Really appreciate that. And Twaun, that's why, I don't know, Twaun. I'm just our community sometimes. I think we can do better too. I agree with you. We have a tremendous platform, and let's face it, some people are just doing it for the clicks. They doing they just doing it trying to get monetized, and then when they stop getting their money, they switch up and talk about this, talk about that. They take the GLP-1 out the name and everything. Yeah. I think I'm talking too much right now, but it's just we got to remember that we have been given a great opportunity, and for us to touch a person's life like Twaun has, like RMZ has, like others has, that's what it's all about. We trying to heal ourselves. And Twaun, speaking about that size, was the lady one of us, or is she another persuasion?
Oh, I don't know, because I finally asked her to show herself. Why don't she go ahead and create a channel and show herself? I finally asked her that, and then she got real ugly. She called me a line biker. She said my bike was big like a line biker. She got real messy, honey. She got real messy. She told me, well, I'm over here trying to lose weight the hard way, and you around here jabbing yourself in the stomach. I said, well, that's the reason why I'm working out. Because I'm not just jabbing myself in the stomach.
And Twaun, black women's sizes are different. You know what I mean? Depending on the size, the shape. If they got the Ozempic booty, if they don't got the Ozempic booty, so it's like sizes different. For everybody. So yeah. So that's a black PSA for y'all out there who want to guess our size and everything. It's different. Got a question right here from G Money Grant. Grant says, Twaun, I just want to say how much I appreciate the transparency and says G Money right there's Grant.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Grant. Grant he's a good guy. He came over and I met him on Anchor Moments with Gina, and he came over and he's been rocking with me ever since. Yeah, he's a good guy. I met him and his wife, his beautiful wife.
No, they're really super cool. All right, y'all. I'm only gonna hold Twaun 5 more minutes, so y'all get your questions out. Cause
I'm good, Paul. We can roll.
All right,
a little longer if they still here, because I know how they get. Yeah, Jerry,
right,
she called me a line biker. I said I was gonna post her comment so y'all can type her.
That's I had a little girl call me a big back one day. I was like, "What's a big back?" I was like, "Yeah, it's funny." So
let me ask you a question. How do you feel about that? Listen, when she called me a linebacker, I laughed. Cause look, I know my bike used to be bigger than what it is. But how do you feel about that, Paul? I had some people to get mad at me about the big bike thing, because I did a video talking about big bikes. I said I'm trying to unbig my back.
Yeah.
I didn't talk about nobody else. But I did video. I said, I think I did like 2 shorts, and I said, I'm trying to unbig my back before I went on my vacation. I know I'm gonna put on a bathing suit and all that stuff. And I got people that was mad at me because I said that big back. For some reason, people feel like that is an insult to talk about big backs in this community, right? Now, don't get me wrong. The way the lady came at me calling me a linebacker, that was an insult. But if I'm doing a video of me doing chest and back exercises, and I'm saying I'm trying to unbig my back, to me, that's a compliment. That's a good thing, because I'm recognizing and realizing that, hey, my back is big and I need to put the work in.
Not
That's the
offended
way
at
I
all.
look at it. So, I mean, how do you feel
Yeah.
about that for people in this community exercising saying, I'm trying to unbig my back? Do you feel like we shouldn't say those things in this community?
No,
How does Jack feel about it? I
what?
know.
Yeah, you know what? I don't have a problem because I'm the same way. I don't know if you ever follow Corey Armstrong. You ever watch it? You ever watch his live or his little shorts? Corey is funny. He's like a bodybuilder, right? And he'll be like, "Stay away from this. That's why your belly's so big." Because he used to be like big too. So he's like, he know us. He's from us. So he's trying to teach us. So he has a little bit of tough love, and he'll say something like, "If you eat
Corey
this,
Armstrong, you say?
yeah." Yeah, and he'll be like, "You're a fat boy if you eat this," and it's for the men community. He talked to us like, straight up, and I don't take offense to it. I think it's funny, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a big boy. I need to get rid of this. So I think keep it real. I mean, I would be offended by it, Twaun. If people are offended by it, what again, going back to the Bible, what the Bible says, am I your enemy because I told you the truth? Another question, RMZ. No question. I just want to give Twaun her flowers. Yes, Twaun. One of the pillars in this community, just as genuine as she can be, has always shown me love without expectation.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Twaun, how do you spread yourself so thin to be able to be there for the community, to comment on our post, to show up and show out? Because it's hard to juggle all that for me. And I feel bad sometimes. I'm watching somebody's video and I forget to comment, but I've watched the video and like 3 days later, I'm saying, oh shoot, I forgot to, put some likes, and give a comment. How help me out, Twaun? I'm trying to navigate.
Well, what I do is, for a long period of time, I worked at home. So I still kind of do work at home a couple of days and I go into the office. But even when I'm in the office, I keep a little thing on my desk and I have my cell phone on and I'm listening to, people videos. I'm not really watching because I'm working, but I'm listening, and every now and then something interesting me, something I'll, look at it for a few seconds, but I'm listening as I'm working, doing audits and, stuff like that. So I have the opportunity, to do it. And that's one of the reasons why when I'm watching videos, I comment throughout the video because I don't want to get sidetracked at what I'm actually doing at work. Or I may get up if I'm in a meeting or something. I'm in a meeting, so I got to stop your video for a few hours and then come back to it later. And I'm not going to remember what you talked about, prior. So that's why sometimes when I watch people's videos, you may get 3 or 4 comments from me throughout the video. And I do that for a reason too, because everything is time stamped. You know that, right?
Yep.
So I try to show people what it's like to really have somebody who genuinely follows you. Because there's a lot of clout chasers out here in this community. Let's just say that since we being messy.
Absolutely.
I'm not really being messy, I'm being honest.
Hey,
there's a lot of clout chasers. There's a lot of people who want to be a content creator and they want to come to your channel because they want to say, oh yeah, she gonna let us drop the purple hearts so we can get subscribers. And and every now and then she'll shout people out. I do it all the time, Paul. I don't do it to be clout chasing, but if I watch one of your videos and you said something that really inspired me and I feel like, I want to talk about it in my video, I'm gonna put your picture in there. Sometimes put your pictures in there. Hey, so it could go see who the person is and go follow the person and stuff like that. That's just like, it's just the way I was raised. My mom and them always said, you look out for people who look out for you. If somebody's doing something good or whatever, you help that person because you never know that's how you get your blessing. When you be a blessing to other people, your blessings come back to you. Those blessings come back to you. So I don't mind, doing stuff like that. So I do it. And I think people take my kindness the wrong way. And God had to reveal this thing to me just recently because a lot of stuff went on in this community. And God had to show me, Twaun, they see your glory and they want your story.
Yep.
Everybody can't. My glory, absolutely. My story is for me.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be different. This is ministry for me. It ain't ministry for everybody.
Yep. Absolutely.
So, again, let me be honest and say how I'm feeling. And that's why I say it so many times on my videos, and I tell people, y'all don't have to come to my videos, watch 30 seconds, and put this like, oh, great video, this, that. Don't do that. Don't play with my algorithm, my watch time. Go somewhere else and do that.
Yeah.
Because I don't need that. I don't. If you're going to watch. So that's why when I come to y'all channels, Paul, y'all getting a full watch out of me. I'm watching. I'm not putting your video on no 2, 3, 5 speed. No, speed 1, like you recorded it. And I'm watching it. There's a lot of times I fall asleep watching y'all videos, and I have to go back to it and rewatch it because I really want to see what the video is about. Like last night, yesterday, Sunday, me and my husband laid down and took a nap. I was watching one person video, and it was a live. And when I woke up, I was in somebody else's video because I fell asleep. So I went back and rewatched the video I was in so I can catch all that, and I comment to the lady, and then I went back to the other video so I can, finish watching that. I mean, I really try to honestly, help people in that way because I know that, the more I watch, the more I comment, the more I like, the more the algorithm gonna push you out. Since I'm a content creator and I know that that is what's gonna help me, how dare I come to another content creator and don't give them what I want? But a lot of people won't do it. So that's one thing that we can do better in this community. We're really gonna support people. Support.
I love that point.
Don't go playing around with people. And I intentionally did this. I'm not gonna call no names because I can call names. I got proof. I still have copies of the pictures in my phone. And some of them in this chat now. I have seen people comment on my videos. I mean, just post a video. It'll tell you how long the video posted, right? I can put a 15-minute video out. I'm just throwing a number out there. The video only been posted 3 minutes. And this person comment, oh, great video. So me being messy, I screenshot it and I texted to, a little chat that we have going on the bike to show them. I said, look at the timestamp. I said, so what was so great? So me being messy, yeah, I do it sometimes. I don't call it messy. It's calling people out. Yeah. So I comment back to them. I email them and I say, I just posted this video, a 15-minute video. You just comment within 2 or 3 minutes and you saying great video. What was great about it? I call out content creators that do that. That's what you know. If they want to be honest, they'll be honest and tell the truth. I don't count them out. Don't come over here playing. Don't do that. Because I don't need it. Yeah, Daryl say that's messy. You call it messy you want it. It's me
the messy middle.
Telling them going on down the road and go play with somebody else because I don't need that over here.
That's that Dave talking about that messy middle right there. Here's a comment right here. Here's a comment right there. It's from the beautiful Paula. And Paula, congratulations.
Hey, Paula.
Yeah, I think Paula, you reached a new size, right? So I think I saw that in Thais's live that you or somebody's live that you hit a milestone. So congratulations. All right, here's a question, Twaun. Twaun, did you paint your back wall? It is beautiful.
No, those are stickers from Amazon. Those are stickers from Amazon. It's a whole bunch of stickers, and I just put it up there like that. I think I paid like $10 for that set. Amazon. Matter of fact, I'll look for it and put it in my Amazon storefront so you guys can purchase if you want. They can come in different colors. So yeah, I went with blue to try to match my school decor stuff from my party. But yeah,
I love that.
All that is one whole. It came in one big old roll, and you just unroll it and pull the stickers off and put them on the wall.
All right, cool.
I wish I could paint like that.
Well, TT has a question. Now, TT, we need to preface something. We are not doctors or medical professionals, so Twaun will give you some unsolicited not medical advice, but just some beauty secrets. So here's this, and TT, we want to see your new edition video. Twaun had one, so we need to see your video too. All right, that's my criticism to you, TT. All right, here we go. Twaun, give me your constructive criticism. I have tough skin.
What constructive criticism you want? You talking about on your channel, TT? As far as what to do on your channel? Is that what he's talking about?
Or maybe beauty. Oh, I'm sorry. TT, I thought you was talking about your complexion, bro. Yeah, so he's talking about, I think he's talking about on his journey. I'm sorry, TT. That's where my mind went. Yeah, I think
Oh,
he wants some constructive criticism on his journey, on his channel. You know, Twaun, give it to him. No OJ, no straw. He don't want no OJ and grenadine. He want no OJ, no straw, straight up. So give it to him.
I wouldn't give it to him like this on no open forum. If he want to talk, we can talk later, TT, and then we can talk about whatever you talk about. So I know specifically exactly what you're talking about. Darian said he's a clout chaser. Darian, you ain't no clout chaser. You need to cut it out.
You know what? You know what, TT? I appreciate TT's honesty because he wants to succeed. Now, we need more of that in the community. What can I do to get better? All of us should be asking all of us offline or something. What can I do to get better? Because I'm telling you, y'all hear me when I say this. If we can all sell out for 1 year, I mean 1 year, really just focus, doing things, consistency, really helping out the community. I'm telling you, our community will grow so much. The algorithm will push our stuff out more. If we can just get on one page together, let's do this. I know we all can do this. Let me give a shout out to Grant. Grant is a new member. Thank you, Grant. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. All right. Be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. King Darian, I love it. We appreciate you, Twaun. Doses of Shawnee. All right, let's go through a couple more questions. Let me go over here. The chat is heating up, Twaun. We didn't rattle the cage, sis. We didn't get out of the cage with all this. When the delivery got more heart than the Holy Spirit. Go ahead, Grace. What just happened? I was helping my son. What did I do? Paul said you hit that new weight, Paula. Yeah, I sure did. Yeah, it was a milestone that you hit, Paula. Yes, we're gonna find out.
What did she hit? 100 pounds? Was it 100 pounds or something?
Let me see. She said, "Oh yes, I'm 7 pounds from her goal."
Oh,
nice.
Awesome! Go, Paula, go. That's what's up.
Paula, that's amazing. And Paula gonna be on these streets too. I'm gonna interview Paula one day soon as she get her camera. Twaun, we gonna and now we're gonna baptize her in these GLP-1 streets.
Oh, shucks, man.
Here we go. Paula and Paul was just reading your cute Twaun's. Congratulations. Okay, there we go. Cookie J. You know, Cookie J be showing up and showing out for everybody, man. Cookie J be there. And Grant, really appreciate Grant, Darian. All right, Twaun. We're gonna say a couple more things, and then I'm gonna let you go because I know you got to get up in the morning and do your thing. So,
yeah,
Twaun, when you look back at your 3-year journey, and if someone were to ask you, Twaun, sum up your journey in 3 sentences or less, how would you sum it up?
My journey, pretty much how I introduce myself all the time. I'm Twaun. I'm on a healthy lifestyle journey to become physically fit, to get out of the diagnosis of hypertension, heart disease, and obesity. I started my journey at 394.4 pounds. I started off using GLP-1 medication by the name of Wegovy. I was doing a little intermittent fasting along with the Wegovy, walking 12,000 steps a day, 4 miles a day, 6 days a week, resting, relaxing on Sundays. And then I started, going to the gym 2 or 3 days a week along with that. Then eventually, when the Wegovy wasn't really working much for me, I started with Saxenda for like 2 weeks. And then I went right into Wegovy along with phentermine for a little while, played a little game the insurance company wanted me to play till I finally got on the Zepbound. And now I'm here, 138 pounds down. My last weigh-in was 260 because I did go up last Saturday. But for the most part, I ain't claiming that I'm still 138 pounds down.
That's what I say.
I still have a long way to go, but I'm going to get there. I am going to get there.
With King Zep in the house. We're gonna play a little game before we go, okay? I'm gonna mention some content creators. You let me know what comes to your mind, okay?
Okay.
RMZ.
That's The Rock. He's The Rock.
Teddy D.
That's my nephew. That's my nephew. Him and Toby, they're funny. They're comedians.
All right. Losing it Grays.
Losing it, Grace. I want to have a heart to heart. I want to have a come to Jesus moment with losing it, Grace. Because losing it, Grace is really rocking and rolling. She's doing an amazing job. But sometimes something just don't quite sit with her to make her feel like she ain't doing as amazing as she is. But
I
she's
agree with
rocking
that.
and rolling. She's killing the game. She's doing great.
Grays is a powerhouse. And every time I see her videos, see her, the way that she articulates, the way she does things, I mean, she can be phenomenal. She already is, but she has so much in her. And I told her that. I said, you need to be a comedy writer. You need to be in entertainment. I said, because the way that you do things, you can't teach that. That's natural talent that she has. And she is so amazing. She's done so much in this community. And Grays, you know, we love you, and you great things are gonna come your way. All right, here's another one. Paul Amadeus Lane. Give it to give it
You
to
know,
me straight.
Paul,
Give it to me
I'm getting to know you. But let me tell you, you another comedian too. You have me laugh. You have me laughing a lot in your videos, the way you be doing stuff and stuff like that. But I'm getting to know you, and I really, really like what I'm seeing here on your channel because I see different things with you. You're not the same in every video. Every video I see a different Paul. I see a different Paul, especially in your shorts. I love your shorts. I love them. But you
Yeah,
you doing good. Doing a great
you know,
job.
I made a mistake. I made a mistake with, reaching out to someone who was like a YouTube guru, and I was like, yeah, I want to grow my channel, do this and that. The dude had me doing some stuff, and I was like, nah, this, it wasn't me. So now I'm back. Now I'm back to being me. Now, you know what I mean. I'm back to being me. So some of the other videos that I did with me talking about this and that, that wasn't me. That was somebody coaching me, and now I'm like, I got to do me. And ever since I've been doing me, my CTR has been up, my views have been up. I'm gonna be me now. And that's yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
Uh,
because when you be you and because you can't fake it. When you try to
yeah,
fake stuff, it don't last long. It don't last
yeah,
long. The truth gonna come out. So just be yourself.
absolutely. All right, he's not I guess he's a content creator because he has a Substack. Darium.
I love Darian. Darian gonna always be on my Christmas list. I love Darian. Darian is so brilliant. And I keep asking him why he won't be a content creator. He was like, that's not for him. But I see so many ways he can still do content, even with his messy middle things. Because I was like, put a voice to those and put it on a faceless YouTube channel. Put a voice to it because honestly, I'm not a reader because I read too much at work.
Mhm.
Reading medical notes all day. When I come home, I don't want to read again. So every now and then I'll try to read, his articles just to support him. But I would love if he would do them to where it was audio. Put him on YouTube, speak. And Darian has a nice, deep voice.
He
Bring that
does.
Barry White voice out, Darian. That deep voice. Bring that Barry White to YouTube, honey, and read those articles and record them. You'll be surprised how many people be listening to him. Look, you ain't got to be like Joe. You know how Joe got her children books channel. Joe be reading them books or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I mean, the people love Joe's voice.
yeah.
Hearing them little kids. I send it so my great niece and all them so they can watch them. Derek
And,
need to do
and
the same thing. He need to
yeah, and
record, do an audio with his messy middle stuff for his YouTube channel.
I think that'll be great. And Darian, I will. You can use my virtual equipment anytime. I mean that, bro, because you've done so much for the community. You get your mic together and everything. Whenever you want to record, either me or a member of my team will record you to do it. We got your back. All you got to do is just read. We'll do the rest, and we'll take care of you, bro, because you've done so much for us. So I want to put that out there for you, bro. We can do that. All right, perfect description, Twaun. Brilliant. I, I love me some Grays. I mean, she knows that. She knows that. I have a love for Grays. She's like a little sister I never had. And whenever she has her video and she pulls her her little weight off. I mean, she has this big smile, and all you want to do is just hug her when she has that smile, you know. And so Grace, thank you for showing up too. You are such a asset to the community too. Twaun, you are the best, right, Twaun? Here we go. Twaun, you're the best. Darren, okay. Last observation, Twaun.
Ain't nobody asked Twaun all that. Paul did ask me.
I did, Darian. I did, Katie. I did. Okay, Twaun. Without naming or even giving a description, do I want to go there?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Without giving a name, without giving a description, are there any particular content creators that you think could really, really just change people's lives? I mean, be a transformational steward of what we have going on, male or female, who you think can say, if that person would just do XYZ, sky's the limit for that person.
Charles, Brown Miles Upbound.
Mm-hmm.
I see so much in him. And although he's lost the weight and he's now in that maintenance stage, and so I just recently reached out to him because I wanted for him to come on my channel, but our time and schedules and stuff just hasn't really quite worked it out. And because I want to just have a conversation with him. I don't do interviews, just conversation. Because some of the stuff I'm going to say now is what I want to say to him. I really wish Charles would go back and start recapping his experience when he started to lose weight. Because Charles would come out and he would do straight to the point, 5-minute video. But if he would have just went into a little bit more detail, I really think that his channel would have blown up way more than it has. Because he has so much. He has the appearance. He has the whole sports thing about him, his voice, the way he articulates his words. I mean, he has that whole package. But he just didn't give us enough. He just did. And I tried to bring it out of him a little bit. And I was like, let me just stop. Because I don't like this weirdo around here, you know. And then I don't want people to think, oh, she thinks she did. She thinks she did because she got many subscribers. No, but I saw so much. And I guess I was able to connect with him so much because I have a family of athletes, you know, and I was able to just connect with him, you know, because of that. So I think some of the stuff that he was saying, I knew what he was saying, and I was able to catch it. But I think for some people, you have to give them a little bit more. And it was still a lot more I wanted to see. I wanted to see so much of his journey. And it's not too late for him to go back and recap some of that. It's not too late. Even now, if he would just show us what he's doing a little bit more, you know. Every now and then, you know, he'll do a little something, little shorts to show us him grilling and stuff like that. That's what people want to see. Give it to us. Give us a longer video, you know, and stuff like that. Because it's not too many people that lost the amount of weight that Charles lost and lost it the way he lost it. He didn't just rely on the medicine. He went hard. He had a workout regimen. You know, he had a schedule. He was on a mission. Even when he had that ugly diagnosis, he didn't give up. He didn't quit. I wish he would have just expounded a lot more in that. And it's not too late for him to go back and do it.
Yeah, he has an incredible story. You're right, Twaun. You know, his story can be so transformational, especially for our community, the male and the Black community. What he was able to do, I mean, he is. That's why I call him the GOAT. He don't like it when I call him the GOAT, but he is the GOAT. He is the one. He's the gold standard that we look towards, and that I try to imitate on my journey. So Charles, we putting the pressure on you, bro. I'll help you out too, man. You need me to do anything? I got you, man. I got you. Definitely there with you. Mayor's in the house. Mayor Mindy is here, Twaun. I'm glad Mayor Mindy is here.
Beautiful smile.
Yeah, that's Mayor Mindy. So okay, Twaun, give me an autopsy with me. What do I need to work on? Because I don't know everything. I want to learn. I want to get better at this. So and give it to me straight. Give it to me straight, Twaun. I can take it.
Paul, I think you're doing a great job. I really do. When I watch all your videos, you being transparent, you make us laugh. I mean, you really showing me a different person. Because at first, I thought that you were this, straight like professional person, whatever. And I was looking at some of your other videos of you when you were in the media realm, because that's how I knew you had other channel, because I saw some of the videos. But then lately I've been seeing you, in the chair, you showing this comedian side of you, got us laughing and stuff, a little dancing here, there and stuff. I like that. I like that side. I like that you're being transparent, and you're showing different things, and not just, I weighed in this and this is where I'm at. You showing different things. So as of right now, I think you're doing a great job. I don't have anything to really say like negative or anything I think you need to prove on, but you're doing a great job. You really are. And in the beginning, when you first start, doing videos on things, there's going to be room for improvement. It's room for improvement even with me. And I've been doing videos 5 years now, but you're doing great. Let me tell you, you blowed me out when I saw that thumbnail. I said, say what now? This girl look good. You see, I said, look, I paid for it. How much you worth? No, that's my area. I gotta work on that.
No,
I'm still looking at the background now. It looks so good right in the back.
No, I will hook you up, Twaun. Don't even sweat it. And I really appreciate you and everything that you've done for this community. And I want you to hold me accountable, Twaun. If you see me going a certain way, I want to get better. And that's for everybody out there. I know because Darian sometimes give me some constructive criticism when I'm going in too hard on some stuff. Jen, Jen is always there.
Now let me tell you, I didn't comment like I wanted to comment on your Monique video, but I was so glad you did it, because I had a conversation with one of my girlfriends about that video. Because in the beginning when I saw it, I didn't watch it at first. When I saw it, I was like, I don't want to watch nobody talk about Monique. I saw your video and I saw TT video. I watched both of y'all's back to back, because I saw them, but I was like, I ain't watching these videos. I don't want to hear nothing about no Monique, because I'm like this with her. I love Monique, but sometimes she just gets on my nerves when it comes to this weight loss stuff. Mm-hmm. And so I said, let me go ahead and just watch the video. So when I watched your video, I watched TT video. I really love your perspective on it, because I didn't think you was going that route. I thought you was going to be like, Monique wrong and yada, yada, yada. But you held us accountable in that video. And I love that. Let me tell you why. Because you pointed out so many things that Monique said that was so true in there. And there's a lot of us, even content creators, that we get on here and we say, oh, I lost this and I lost that, but you ain't showing us nothing. You're not showing us. How are you losing? What did you do? What did you eat? Every time you turn around, you just sit down in the chair. We see you from here up. Show us you on your walking pad. Show us you lifting weights. Show us you doing your jumping jacks, your sit-ups, your push-ups, your whatever. Show us. And so Monique had a lot of valid points. People around here giving themselves this medicine. Yeah, we did the research. We know what we're giving ourselves. But what are we doing with it? What are we doing with it? It's just like the nutritionist that came on Round Mound Zepbound channel. She said everybody in this GLP-1 community is pushing themselves with all this protein. It don't make no sense to be eating all that protein if you ain't doing nothing with it. Protein is to help you what? Replenish, repair your muscles. If you ain't lifting weights, why are you eating all this protein? This protein, why? What good is it doing you? That's what she was saying. That's exactly what the dietitian was saying. So basically, Monique saying the same thing. You around here giving yourself this injection, But what are you learning from it? What are you doing? If the medicine is taken away from you, what you gonna do? Sink or swim. So that's why I tell people all the time, if you don't know how to swim, you better learn how to dog paddle.
Yeah.
So that's what I began to do on this journey. I began to dog paddle while I'm on this journey. And I'm bringing people along with me. I'm showing them everything. Because by me showing them, that's also showing that this is the life that I'm living. Because if this medicine is taken away from me, everything y'all see I'm doing now, I want to continue to do this if I don't have the medicine. So I won't be a statistic that I gained all my weight back as soon as I stopped the medicine. And that's what Monique is saying. So I was glad that you held us in this community accountable in that video. I don't know if other people caught that, what you were saying, but you was telling us, don't just be around here saying, oh, you did the research and you know what you're putting in your body. What are you doing with it? And that is the point that you brought out in that video. So I was so glad that you made it. I didn't come in and say all I wanted to say because, yeah, we went on and on and on. But, yeah, you did your thing with that video, and I like your perspective on that.
No, I appreciate that. I appreciate that because, you know, when you look at our community, the responsibility we have is don't make the family look bad. And like it or not, you in this community, you chose to be in this community. What you do, how you live your life is going to affect us. So do your best to not make the family look bad. We all imperfect. We all fall off, but we learn from our mistakes. We get up, hold ourselves accountable, keep it moving, keep it going. And that's when we can stop most of the nonsense out there, people thinking that we just own these magic shots and we're not doing this and that because we trying to think we know more than the scientists who put it together. Say, oh no, even though it's kind of like the Bible, Twaun. You know, God didn't tell us God tells us what to do in the Bible. He said, do these things right here. It's gonna be okay. We being imperfect people, I know God, but I'm gonna do it this way because my way is better than yours. Whoever wrote the manual knows how it works. I mean, I'm just saying. Twaun, thank you so much. So great to spend time with you. You and I have been trying to do this for months, and I'm so glad we were able to do it. Twaun, before I let you go, anything else you'd like to say to the community? Any lives you got coming up? Anything you want to put out there? The floor is yours, my dear.
Well, I do have my new channel that a lot of people don't know about. It's called Tommy's Girl Fit Life, and that's where I try to show a little bit of my personal stuff, but I'm trying to bring stuff to everyone from a coaching perspective because I do have my certification now as a nutrition coach. I'm still learning, so I haven't really tapped into all of that yet, but I did offer memberships, and so I'm going to be putting out a video soon to explain more about my membership because I want to, within the next week, get all of my members together so that we can start doing our group forums where we get together virtually to discuss nutrition. So if you guys think that's something that you would like to do where we get into a group like this virtually and talk about, our nutrition things where I share tips and we share tips, all of us together, because I know there's some things that you guys may have some input on as well. I'm not sure what platform I'm going to use it on, if I'm going to do StreamYard, Zoom. I'm thinking maybe Microsoft Teams to do it on there, but it won't be released to the public. It'll just be something that we're doing among ourselves. So that is something I'm going to be offering to the members for us to do. So if you think you want to be a part of something like that, where you can get together with a group of people and talk about, nutrition things, then go over to Tommy's Girl Fit Life and click join and become, I think what I call them, my shining stars, my golden stars and something. I can't remember. I have to look at it later. But I know there's different names for the levels. So go over there and join. Other than that, I don't have anything coming up anytime soon, but that. And thank you guys, all of you that did go over and subscribe or either join my membership on that channel. I appreciate you guys so very much. And I appreciate all of you anyway for just being here tonight for Paul and I to have this conversation. And like I said earlier, I learned so much from all of you. Don't never feel like you can't correct me on anything or give me advice, because hey, I welcome it. I welcome it as long as it's genuine and it's not, you being messy, as Darian like to say.
Yep.
Thank you, Paul, so much. I appreciate you for wanting me to come on here and join you tonight. Appreciate that.
No, we're definitely gonna do it again, Twaun. Your story is amazing. You hit milestones. We're gonna talk about it again and just share your journey. And if you're watching, thank you so much. That like and subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Also, if you wouldn't mind sharing this episode too, it'll be up shortly. But thank you all so much. And if you're in the bushes right now, because I know there's some people in the bushes, if you could show yourself, give us like something in the chat. We really appreciate that. What we're gonna do, like we always do, we're gonna go out to the song again, GLP-1 STREETZ, and I'll keep the camera rolling. You'll see me and Twaun maybe dancing and stuff while we're going out to it, and we'll flash some of the comments up. But thank you all so much for being on this episode. Really appreciate it. Next week, I'm going to have another special guest that I'm working on. See, Twaun, if I had like moderator friends like you and everyone else, I can like book up a little in advance. So I'm working on that so I can like have my roster set in stone. But thank you, Twaun. Really appreciate that. Let's go out to some jams and let's read the chat.
Ready to roll. It's time for the remix. It's time to see that dude parlay Marios Lane in DEEZ GLP-1 STREETZ. Known by many as Paul on wheels. We making it do what it does. Letting people know how I feel. Let's roll. Yeah, we talking health, talking grind, breaking barriers clean. No excuses on the journey, we stay chasing the dream. Get your mind locked in, set your goals on repeat. We got ups, we got downs, but we still don't miss a beat. In GLP-1 STREETZ, we moving with pride. Hear the trends, hear the wins, got creators worldwide. We make it do what it does, never stopping to climb. Living better every day, one step at a time. Shout out RMZ, always keeping it real. It's Darian with the fire, got that GLP-1 feel. Diddy the downsizing diva, simply Taisha in the zone. Losing the grades, bring the truth, steady holding her own. Calamity Jane slide through, yeah, she bringing the flame. Perfectly Pamela moving strong, everybody know her name. Pammy in the mix too, yeah, we shout out the same. Teddy D and Toby rolling steady on the rise. G's one running balls, baby, locked in on that lifestyle prize. Traces of Twaun, stay consistent every day. Cookie cheering everybody on in a special way. Maya Mindy holding it down from the start. Purple bell flower slid into them jeans, stayed apart. Held to the beat, keeping the conscience tight. Bar pelt at any cost, queen of the streets. That's right, yeah. Chris conquering the scale, yeah, he taking control. Life is shy, glowing steady, body and soul. Reset with honey sub, keeping focus aligned. Grand on his GLP-1 journey review, dropping knowledge every time. Paula doing the thing, staying strong, staying locked in, pushing right along. Just do it, Brit. You got it, smart. Don't quit. It gets better bit by bit. Ain't me losing it steady, keeping a stride. Founding me in the mix with that purpose and pride. Jen supporting the crew, showing love front row. Carnival muscle bringing discipline to the flow. Keely Eddie from across the sea. Alonda pushing through, never quitting to see. My man G with my rolling life on track. Sweet tea singing while she dropping that slack. Vanity keeping everybody on their toes. Welcome TT to the club, that's how it goes. This toy to review, teaching in the classroom, in the streets. Me doing a thing with that grind on repeat. From the south, Kimmy J, now Renee 1C. Lakeisha on the journey, chasing victory. Those is a Shawnee, steady making play. And Jen in the comments, dropping knowledge every day. And if I missed anybody, just know I love y'all. We'll put you in a remix one day. We'll put you in a remix one day. Yeah. Harjardine, Felicia Murray B, and Joe's cross the sea. Yeah, this GLP-1 movement hits globally. We stay focused on the prize, on the life that we see. Welcome to DEEZ GLP-1 STREETZ. Y'all ready to roll?
Thank y'all.
It's time for the
Love
remix.
y'all. Twaun, thank you so much.
It's time to see that dude parlay my
You're
deals.
welcome.
You have a great rest of the week, and y'all stay healthy, stay safe, and remember, I love y'all to life.
Love
Take
you
care,
too.
y'all.